What is up, fandom, and welcome to the Nickatina show. Today we have a special guest coming on the show today. She goes by the name of Wonder Meg, or her Twitter handle is your girl Meg. She will be here today to talk to us about all things Meg, all things Funko Pop, and all things Justice Con. We'll see. I'm also going to be joined by another guest, a good friend of mine. His name is Anthony from ACS Universe. He'll be here with us as well. But first of all, I want to say what's up to everybody in the chat. Oh, I hit my own microphone. I want to say what's up to everybody in the chat. And I want to thank everyone for being here today because it's been so much fun doing these shows and having you guys here. It's an absolute pleasure. Here's my brother, Master Blaster. What's up, Master Blaster? We got Andrew Casali. Ray Ray's Collection is here in the house. There's a whole bunch of me talking to myself. What's up, Rashad Taylor? I'm glad you're here. Or Rasha, I should say. Jessica Blake, what's going on, girl? Anthony's here. I didn't know he was going to be here tonight. He's here. We got Gavin Cooley. What up? Bat Dan is also here in the house. Bat Dan writes, in honor of your appearance in Star Wars tonight, if you had to watch The Last Jedi every time you watched either edition of BBS, how often would you watch BBS? I'd watch it every day. That's my answer. Katsuka, what's going on, man? Who else is up in here? We got the real Hussein. What's up? Cyber Valdez. Naman is here as well. Sickness. What's up, Sickness? And we also got Leo in the house. Bat Dan, we were saying what's up to. I'll say what's up to you again. So, guys, here we go. Let's go ahead and bring on the guest, and let's give them a warm welcome as they are two wonderful people. First off is Anthony from the ACS Universe.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Let me see those fire emojis in the chat real quick, man.
Launch the fire! Launch the fire!
Lots of fire.
Yeah. So what's going on, man?
Nothing, man. Yeah, I was at work earlier watching you guys with the earpiece in on the Star Wars Wars. Ryan changing the rules to
dude, he kept bending the rules so that he could win. And then finally Enosh called him out. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just like, whatever, it's his show. Let's just have fun. And then Enosh called him out, and then at that point we all jumped in like, yeah. Ryan's disqualified.
It was hilarious though, man. It was a great show though. Great show.
That's
Looking forward to some more episodes of the Star Wars Wars.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. Yeah. I know I wasn't there for the first one. I was watching it kind of like how you were. Mm-hmm. Although I thought your topic was a lot better than my topic. You know, there was a lot more to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Just straight fire emojis. Here we go. Leo, Krypton Cage, my man. What's up?
Let's see the fire. Let's see the fire.
Jessica Blake's laying down the fire and the hearts. So here comes more fire. Here is the one, the only Wonder Meg. What's up, Meg?
Hey guys, what's up? Sorry, I don't have quite the energy that
it's fine.
That ACS has over there. Oh my god.
It's always
I was
always
like sitting here. There. I'm like, how am I gonna top that? What the heck? But hey, what's up?
So Meg, you've had quite a busy summer year.
Yeah. Literally the busiest of my life.
And it's funny because, before I found out that Justice Con was even happening, I remember I tried to reach out to you to come on the show, and you were like, hey, I'm really busy right now. And I was like, oh, it's all good. And then later on I did it again. You're like, hey, I'm like really tied up right now. And I had no idea. So I was like, man, she must be a busy ass person. Little did I know, this was all in the works.
Yeah. We had to keep it pretty quiet.
Oh, I know. And then I actually had found out about it, and then I was going to address it on my show with Sil. And then before the show, Sil was like, "Hey, remember that thing I told you about? Yeah, we're not going to talk about that." I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you got it."
Yeah.
I didn't even know what it was. All I knew was the name. And he was like, "Yeah, don't even bring it up. Don't even bring it up."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, you got it, man." But no. And we'll get to Justice Con a little bit later, but I'm gonna let you know right now that was as Anthony would say, that was absolute fire. I mean,
Fire.
that was
Thank you.
so good. It was
Thank you.
so good.
It's still.
And
I think it's still smoking right now. It's still.
It is. It's still smoldering right there. It hasn't
Thank
gone down
you.
yet.
Yeah.
But when you compare it to DC fandom, I mean, honestly, look, yes, we got a full-fledged trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League, which was incredible, right?
Mhm.
I was just like, oh my god. But you have to understand. I mean, not you, but the viewers. I want the viewers to understand. This was a fan-made event. You and the Nerd Queens put this together, and it, in my opinion, it rivaled what DC fandom had to do. I mean, they basically had to up their game and make their event that much bigger and that much stronger to outdo what you girls did. So, I mean, that's incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't quite agree with you on it's on the same level or even was close to entertaining. I think what we did was definitely amazing. One of a kind. But DC fandom was my fave. But
Well, I mean, DC fandom day one was incredible. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I absolutely loved it. But
I would say that maybe Justice Con was better than DC fandom day 2 because I didn't even watch it.
I watched,
so I didn't see.
Same.
I watched
at work.
the Junkie XL panel where we talked about the music, and everyone fell in love with that. And then after that, I was like, well, I don't really need to see anything else. So,
Yeah. No, I wish that I could have seen Justice Con as a fan. I feel like that would have been a really cool experience. Because, like, the whole 2 days, I was just, like, such a ball of nerves. Like,
I can only imagine. I mean, look, I mean, we do these shows, and all three of us have our own show. And even then, leading up to when I go on, even I get a little bit nervous. I usually have to tell myself, like, okay, here we go, and I can't imagine being like, okay, here we go for next, what is it, 12 hours? I'm going to be talking to everybody. And
or like, okay, here we go. The next panel is Ray fucking Fisher.
Sheila Leva's coming up next. Oh, okay, yeah, tight.
It was insane. But
hey, y'all pulled it off, man. Look, this.
Thank you.
That's.
I couldn't have. Literally, none of this would have been possible at all without the Nerd Queens. I was just lucky enough that they were like, "Oh, hey, let's include Meg." So I owe a lot to them in that regard. So much love to my sisters.
Yeah,
of course.
All three of y'all are fire. Like,
Thank you.
That's. I've told you that a million times already.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. No, it means a lot, especially some of the stuff. And I don't want to get into the negative, but it means a lot when, just people simply just reach out and be like, hey, what you guys did was cool, or I enjoyed this. You don't have to enjoy the whole thing. We didn't ask for that at all. But even if you could find one little tiny aspect of it that you liked and you reached out, that really meant a lot to us. We would screenshot it and send it to each other.
Naman writes, even with fandom, Justice Con was the highlight of the year for all the fans.
Thank you.
It really was. And I know. Yeah, and it was just, I think the other thing too that people I think it's this day they're starting to really understand is that, what you girls did, it wasn't easy. It's not easy to put all that together to get everyone to show up, to get all of them to commit to those times, because people have lives. It's one thing to say, okay, you're gonna go on at this time. They go, okay, well, I'm gonna be busy. I gotta work, or I gotta do something, or So the fact that you were able to work that out, I mean, that's really incredible.
Yeah, and we didn't really have any hiccups along the way, other than like Jay Oliva's panel was a little bit late. Only because of, different time zones and stuff. He thought it was later. But other than that, I mean, and then my backdrop falling the second day.
I
was this morning I was, laying in bed and I was thinking about just like, I don't know, everything in general. And for some reason that pops into my head all the time. And I'm just sitting there like, gosh, dang it.
It always does, though. It's always like the one or like the few things that happen that you weren't expecting always pop in your head. Like, man, I wish it hadn't happened. But you know what?
Backdrop.
Damn backdrop.
Yeah, it's gonna haunt me.
Oh my gosh,
there's stuff happens.
Yeah, it was no big deal. At least it made people laugh.
Yeah.
No, exactly. But I mean, I would say, I guess I should ask you, having your own channel and being, on YouTube, does that help in terms of at least, with the idea of how you girls were going to host it? At least you had some experience, right?
Yeah. So I used to stream on Twitch quite a bit, like a few years ago. So like I was the one that did all of the broadcasting for JusticeCon. So I kind of had a little bit of knowledge on how to broadcast and how to set things up. But I don't really think anything could have prepared us for the magnitude of some of the panels. I mean, like before JusticeCon, most of my videos literally got like 100 views.
Yeah.
And like Zach's panel alone live had like 17,000 people watching at once. So I'm used to, like, I've done like I said, Twitch live streams, YouTube, and like you have like a few people in the live chat you can easily, catch up on. But nothing really prepares you for a chat full of 17,000 Zack Snyder fans that all want to ask him a question.
Well, and not only that, but the stream that you girls had, it was like a few days before the event.
Yep.
The Q&A?
Yeah, if you want to call it that. I remember, it was awesome, but I remember watching it, and I was in the car with my wife, and we're driving to get some food, and I'm watching it, and I remember you girls were like, okay, and like the chat was just flying.
Yeah,
I like just watching you girls trying to like read each or any of them was so like, I was like, oh my gosh, this would be so hard. You're like,
the chat looked like when you're going through some old text message trying to find a
particular
text message, and you're like, it was just, it was traveling.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh man, it
was really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And for what's up, McLovin? And just for him,
was good.
And just for McLovin, I have to play the clip.
Kalal, no.
Which we know will never be in the movie ever again.
Oh, that's so much pain.
Oh. And then, so, speaking of your channel, I mean, what initially inspires you to start your own YouTube channel?
I would find myself finding a hard time focusing on something positive. A lot of the times when our mind is idle, we think bad things. So I thought, I have literally a room full of Funko Pops. And, I would sit and watch like YouTube videos of people that would go pop hunting or whatever. And I was like, man, that looks like so much fun. And my boyfriend at the time, we would go like every weekend and buy pops or like comics or whatever. And I thought, why should I sit at home feeling bad about myself when I could like make something positive with all this time and energy I'm putting into negative stuff? So that's kind of what happened.
And I remember when I first subscribed to your channel, and I started watching the episodes you had on there. A lot of them were centered around your Funko Pop that you had, and at first I was like, man, she has a lot of these. Now, and then come to find out, you have a lot.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah.
And what started your collection? Like what was the first one you got when you realized, I want to buy more of these?
So I started collecting pops in 2015. And again, not to be a downer, but I was going through some really tough times, and I was at the store and I was like, oh my God, these things are adorable. So I just bought Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones. She was my very first pop. And then I bought Kylo Ren, and then I bought Jaime Lannister as well. Those were like the only pops they had. And I was like, oh, these are really cute. So I just started collecting them, and it became kind of, I mean, it's probably bad, but like my therapy in a way.
little did you know that they make pops for everything.
Yeah. Well,
Everything.
like in 2015, they weren't really like, they were still like big, but they were nothing. Like, I mean, they make pops of literally everything now. So as the years went on, like I would just, if I saw one, I was like, oh, that's cute, let me buy it. And then I started learning more about them and like the exclusivity of some of them. And I was like, okay, yeah, like, because my dad is a big like NASCAR, like mini car collector. So I always say like I got the gene from him. So
there you go.
Yeah.
So out of all the ones that you have, well, how many do you have?
It's getting up to like 400.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Steven Seagal beat up Netflix writes, I have 350 plus pops. Wow, I didn't know you had that many. Fast Steven Seagal.
Yeah. It's so addicting. Like I always tell everyone, like, yeah, if you want to start, go ahead, but like just be prepared. Like if you start, like, because there's like collections inside of your collection.
Yeah.
So
Right.
like the Wonder Woman 84 one, I have every single one already.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you want to finish it. Like you want all of them.
Yeah.
That's like this one here, yeah?
Oh my god. Yes, I need that one.
So this is the one that you posted, I want to say yesterday or the day before? Yeah.
Yeah.
New York Comic Con limited edition. Yeah.
So this one's not, this one you cannot get, or is it?
Well, not yet. NYCC hasn't happened, or I mean, it's not going to happen. But similar to what they did with San Diego, is they will put them like online. So, because if you see in the top corner the New York City Comic Con like little sticker,
yeah.
So that one means that it would be from the convention floor. So that was, if you went to the convention, that's the one you would get. They're shared exclusives where, like, if they're going to do a shared exclusive for that, it could be like a Walmart exclusive. So they would sell it at Walmart with the Walmart sticker, and it's not worth as much because it didn't come from the convention floor.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Okay.
So that's the only difference of the sticker. It's literally the same exact pop. It's just a different sticker.
It looks really cool. I love how it wraps around the lightning as well. How it twirls around it. That's badass. And it glows in the dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm gonna get it for sure. I don't care how much it is.
You're like, it's nothing gonna stop me from getting that one.
No, not at all.
I think hopefully the site kind of went wonky like during the San Diego.
Yeah, I didn't get any of the San Diego exclusives like from the convention floor just because like it's too much of a hassle sometimes. So, and San Diego really didn't have that many cool ones. Like New York City, that one's gonna have a ton.
Really?
Like the Nightwing. Did you guys see that one?
No.
Yeah, they're doing a Nightwing, Beetlejuice, Wonder Woman.
Beetlejuice, wow.
Yeah, Beetlejuice. I know Anthony saw that one.
Yeah. The Beetlejuice is fire. Yeah. He had the Afterlife book in his hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that before the show, my wife was like, "Hey, you know what?" She goes, "We have a Funko Pop." I was like, "Wait, what?" She goes, "Yeah." She's like, "Your son has one." I was like, "No way." She goes, "Yeah, let me go see." And she comes back, and I left it inside, but she has the one from, or he had the one from The Incredibles. He has Dash. So
wow.
I was like, "Oh, look at that!
Nice."
I was gonna bring it out here, but I think I left it inside. Kind of downer, but we got Fatal J in the chat.
Oh, Fatal.
He says, "Man, convince me how dope Funko Pops are."
I mean, my collection should show you how dope they are in general. You follow me on Instagram, you've seen the pictures.
Yeah.
So this is a different angle though, because you moved, right? So your old setup, it was all behind you.
Yeah.
So like they just went deep into the room, like you just see the cases like go down and.
Yeah, So I moved literally the day after Justice Con is when I started moving.
Yes.
That's right. I remember
and even
that now.
the 2 days, the days, the whole week before Justice Con, I was moving like in and out of like going to work. I would come home, pack, and move. So I got rid of a lot of like my shelves and stuff. You want a Wonder Meg Pop? Cool.
Is there one?
He has one.
I do have one that Cole.
Where is it? Let's see it.
It's hidden. I haven't been able to unpack my pops, if you can believe that.
Really?
No,
well,
I can.
Yeah, they are still all in boxes. So like these few here are the only ones that I really have unpacked.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
So out of all the ones that you do have, what is your absolute favorite Funko Pop? I know you say it changes from time to time, but
it does.
What's your number one? Like, or let's say right now, what is your number one?
My favorite right now would probably be my Red Hood versus Deathstroke. The big one. It's somewhere around here. I should have brought it. Because I just bought it. It's where is it? I don't know. Or my Invisible Jet Wonder Woman.
Oh wow.
Yeah, hold on. It's right here. I can grab it. If I don't knock everything else over. It's huge though.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
That is cool.
I've seen that one. I've seen.
Yeah, it's humongous.
Anthony has some Funko Pops back there, don't you, Anthony?
Yeah, man. I got a few. Nowhere near the extent of her collection. It's, but my favorite of probably the the BBS glow in the dark.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow! Oh, there it is.
Yeah, the BBS glow in the dark is fire.
Yeah, it is.
See, I got the child right here.
Aww.
But yeah, that's probably my favorite one. I got a few, man, but it take me years to catch up to that type of collection that Meg's rolling with over there.
And it's crazy because like a lot of people are like, oh my god, you spend so much money, and I really don't, because if you can take advantage of like certain sales that they do, you can get them like for less than $5 a piece. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and I go thrifting a lot, and I find a lot of cool pops at thrift stores that people just sell for like $2, and it's like really super valuable ones because they have no idea. Yeah. And I get a lot from there. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I never would have thought. I guess people just buy them or they get them as gifts, and they're like, I don't know what this is, and they just try to get rid of it. And you're like, yes, give it to me.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Well, Philip Barker likes those. Funkos are fun. Well, that is awesome.
Fatal, has she convinced you yet? Fatal, Funko's a fire, man.
Exactly.
Well, he does say, I bought my living room set from thrifting. There you go.
See, there's two people in this world: people that buy actual household items from thrifting, and then there's me. I buy toys.
Fat Steve Seagal writes, I sold 8. What is that? Chases? Chases.
Oh.
Chases are.
What is that?
They are like another form of exclusive. They're just like another variation of a pop. So like, there's a chase for the 1989 Joker, where he's chrome instead of like regular color.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, or his hat's different. I don't quite remember, but there's always like a slight difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll if it's sports related, you'll have one with like they'll change the jersey color.
Yeah.
And then it's we only made 2% of them with this jersey color, therefore it's worth like 50% more or something. Yeah. Figures of life.
Yeah. Well, that is so crazy. And your old setup, I remember seeing the collection behind you, and it was like gigantic. I was like, oh my god. And then you're like, I still have to pack all these. I was like, oh my gosh. And I remember leading up to Justice Con, I remember thinking, and I remember I told some of the guys too. I was like, hey, you guys, I go, dude, because I think we were talking about the possibilities of like, do they want to do interviews during or in between? I was like, dude, I go, they are so. I go, I'm really actually stressed out for them right now. He's like, why? I'm like, well, look at this. I'm like, Meg is moving during this whole process, and then Cole like blew her back out.
Yeah, she had she has a few health conditions,
right?
Mm-hmm.
So she hurt her back pretty bad, and she is such a trooper because she went the whole weekend, and she didn't really ever mention it. Like, and I can only imagine how much pain she was in.
Yeah, she never mentioned it once, and then I think at one point she left. I think she had to go lay down probably. Because I remember the whole time I kept thinking, I was like, she is like doing this right now, and she is in pain right now, and she's not saying anything. She's just like,
Yeah.
That's it, man. It was crazy, but it was so cool. You know, she just fought right through it. What is this? Kevin Feige's here.
Oh no.
Kevin.
Oh gosh.
No,
So,
hey, look, because when it comes, because I messaged Meg. I messaged you the night before it started.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I don't want to bother you too much because I know this is going on. But I was like, did you look where you are right now? Like it was, because I think like the first time you came on my channel was like almost a year before Justice Con. And I was like, did you ever think in 1 year that it would go from that to like you're about to put on this huge fan?
I know.
Well,
so like crazy. I remember the week that I did your show for the first time. That was the same week that Zach followed me on Vero. So like I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And then like to think, like you said, like in a year, like just like not even just the Justice Con stuff, but like the HBO Max announcement for Zack Snyder's Justice League and everything we did in between is just, it's so crazy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, look, if when you came on my show, if I was like, hey, guess what? In 1 year, you're going to be hosting this fan event. Zack Snyder's Justice League would have already been announced, and you're going to be talking to, like, you'd have been like, hey, I'm done.
I would have been like, dude, you're fucking smoking crack.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's no way.
Now, you were responsible for the name. Is that right?
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
And
so we wanted to call it something else, like Snyder Con related, but we didn't really want to take that name from Zach because he has his Snyder Con that he does. Right. So we were sitting there brainstorming, like, okay, well, what are we gonna call this thing? And we wanted to keep it like focused on Zach and like his movie or his series. And I was like, well, let's just keep it simple. And I said Justice Con, and Nana and Cole were like, perfect.
Yeah.
That really is a really good name.
Thank you.
The first time I had heard the name, the official name, being Justice Con, I was like, dude, this is a badass name. The thing is that it embodied so much of this entire movement because, if you were to call it SnyderCon, it would have been just as cool. It would have been just as epic. But Justice Con, to me at least, it meant so much more.
Yeah,
and it was just such a bigger picture of a name, and I thought it was brilliant. I really did.
And besides that fact, we all hope that he has another SnyderCon so we can all.
Oh, I know.
So we can all.
I've been saving my pennies.
Hold up, Nickatina. How far was the SnyderCon, the first one, from where you live?
It's like what is it? Like 6 or 7 hours away. It was in Los Angeles. Yeah, I'm in Northern California. Actually, it's more. About 7 hour drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wow. So California is really big, and so I'm in Northern California, and it was in Southern California. So, if there were to be another one, I will do whatever it takes to get there.
Exactly. Like I was so upset that I couldn't go. Like my tax return money hit like the week after, so I was really upset because I would have just used that and went.
Yeah, I just couldn't get off work, so
I would have quit my fucking job. And I
feel bad too because out of all three of us, I live closer than everybody else, and I'm like, oh, I was busy, but and it's funny too because I remember watching those the Q&A he had afterwards, and I remember I flipped out when I saw that. Do I still have that? Yeah, I had a clip from it. Oh yeah, I used to have a clip from it. I don't know where it went, but yeah, I mean the things that he was talking about the story. Oh my god, it absolutely blew me away. Promo code Footsies. Oh, well, the chat is absolutely just on fire right now. They are so happy to see you, Meg.
Oh, thank you.
And they're happy to see you too, Anthony. And they're really happy to see me, of course. But anyway, and they're happy to see each other. See, and that's why everyone's saying hi to each other, saying what's up to each other. Because you know what? We're all here together because we are. At the end of the day, we're one big fandom, and we have to support each other. KoozyCast writes, Nickatina Show, what's the problem with calling the movie Zack Snyder's Justice League? I heard there were issues regarding that, and to why is being called a director's cut. Oh, he's asking you.
Oh, well, jeez. Well,
he flipped that one.
I won't pretend to know anything about legalities at all. I just know what Zach wants because we heard it straight from his mouth.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the issue is legally with calling it Zack Snyder's Justice League, but that's what I'm going to call it. So, and I wish that other people would get on board with it because it's what Zach wants. But that's just me.
You're here for Nick's feet. What's up, Fat Steven?
Fat Steven Seagal. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but hey, if you're here for me, that's all good. No, but I agree. I want it to be called Zack Snyder's Justice League. I mean, I'm wearing a shirt right now that says it, but I think it embodies more of what it is about and what it is. It's Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's not anybody else but his version, his vision.
I think calling it Justice League, the director's cut, would be.
Yo, hey, what
are we doing here?
Not to interrupt you, Meg. Not to interrupt you, Meg. Nickatina, what you been doing on your midnight runs, bro?
Yeah, dude, what the heck?
It's not. Hey, Fast Steven Seagal only comes when I have a show like in the evening or during the day. So, hey, I'm happy you're here, but he's taking it to a whole new level.
Yo. Oh, man.
No, but like what I was saying, I think calling it Justice League, the director's cut, or the director's cut of Justice League is kind of like insulting in a way because nothing about the theatrical cut of Justice League really had anything or any hint that it was Zack's at all. I mean, there's like a few scenes here or there, but overall it's nothing like what he wanted. So I think calling it the director's cut of Justice League is kind of messed up.
No, it's messed up because it what's the word I'm looking for? It makes it seem as though 2017's movie was a legit movie.
Exactly.
So here's this 2017 movie, but here's the director's cut of that movie. That's
exactly. I mean, and going back to that. So going back to 2017 when the film came out, what were your first impressions of the infamous Justice League?
Why did you say that name?
Man, will you play that again? I love when he says that.
Why did you say that name?
Oh, I love Batfleck. I went and saw it with a bunch of my friends, and I took my parents too. So I literally spent like $100 on movie tickets to take all of my friends and family to this. And I remember sitting there thinking like how excited I was to see the movie. And one of my friends, I tell the story every time because it's hilarious because I didn't know anything about like the behind the scenes or nothing. He was like, "Oh, I hope the CGI mustache isn't very noticeable." Oh. And I was like, I looked at him, I was like, "What? CGI mustache? What are you talking about?"
Oh, that's right.
And then boom, the first scene is his face, and then I was like, okay, something seems a little weird. But I kept watching. And I left thinking that wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. But I think like a lot of people, I just pretended to enjoy it just because I didn't really know what happened or why it turned out the way it did. And I wasn't very active on like social media or Twitter. But then I started getting more active and I was seeing like a lot of people say the same. They were saying what I was thinking about the movie. Like, why did this look so bad? Or what, where's everything that we saw in the trailer? Like, I don't understand. And then I found the Release the Snyder Cut movement in like March or April of 2018. And I wasn't very active, but I followed people and I was seeing what was going on. And I was like, all right, let's get this movie out.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, and now look at us.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah. So we are going to add one more person to the panel. He's a good friend of the show. We know him as Ryan. The world knows him as Zeverfett. Here he is, Ryan.
Wait, I'm not ready. I'm not camera ready.
Peace out,
So
Ryan.
sorry. Are you ready? Okay, he's ready now. He's ready.
I'm ready.
There we go.
Aw.
What up, fire?
Hey.
How you
Fire,
doing?
yes.
So, in the spirit of being critical of things, which Ryan typically is,
I'm
Ryan,
not critical. I'm just very analytical.
when you first
Which
saw
equals critical.
the theatrical cut of Justice League, what was your first impressions of this film when it came out? Because to me,
I
felt
knew that it had problems.
horrible. Oh,
I knew
yeah.
that it had problems. But I was like, you know what? If this is that the Frosty the Snowman movie? they're
Yeah.
talking about?
Oh,
Frosty Momoa.
goodness.
So I knew it had issues, but I was like, you know what? This might be the only time I get to see the Justice League on the big screen.
Mhm.
So just because of that, I'm going to try to enjoy it. And it just, even though the story was everywhere and the Russian family was odd and kind of silly and very CW, or I don't know, it was just so odd. You know, I didn't like it, but I liked seeing what's up. How y'all doing?
Everyone's happy to see Ryan.
Hey. So
here we go. Ryan, that's my Hawkman.
Yeah, I you know what? I would love to see Carl Urban as Hawkman. I think that would be the best. But I know it's not gonna happen. But no, I took it for what it was, and I was like, all right, fine. So I guess they're just gonna continue with solo movies and just kind of go from there. And then, you know, like Wonderberg was saying, you know, she started hearing little buzzwords about, you know, hey, Ray Fisher. I got Ray Fisher on the brain, sorry. But no, about Zack Snyder, you know, trying to get this thing going. And I was like, okay, you know, so I'd sort of listened to it with you know, an objective mind. I was like, you know what? We got the Donner cut. We'll eventually get this Snyder cut thing, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, that's cool, whatever, you know, that can happen. And then, you know, it was just it got bigger and then I started reaching out to people that were kind of covering this. So I was like, what have you heard and what's going on? And I started becoming a lurker in people's, you know, comment section, and I'm kind of still a lurker in people's comment section. So I don't know. I kept getting more and more intrigued, and I was like, well, you know what? Let me just jump on and see if I can. So I started talking to like Fatal J and Chris Wong and you know, Mr. you know, tinfoil hat and whatever. So I was like, you know, hey, you know, could this be? And then they started dropping like the straw for me was Ben Affleck. I was like, that dude has too much star power. There's so many soccer moms that are like, you know, just head over heels for him. And I was like, if he says something, then there's something to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, so that's the turning point for me. I was like, it was Ben Affleck. So I was like, you know, it was cool that, you know, Gal and some of the others, you know, kind of showed support and, you know, and things like that. But like I said, he was the turning point for me. I was like, wow, you know, there's something to this. And then a couple months later, Zach hosted the contest for Victor Koo, where he won. And I was like, there's no way. So Nickatina, let me bring you up to speed.
Okay, yeah.
but
I've been living under a rock.
I was like, there's no way that Zach is going to hold a contest and give a clapboard to the winner and be like, you know what, if you know, at least you got a clapboard, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way he's going to do that. Victor Koo just made the thumbnail for HBO Max, and so I was like, that's confirmation number 2, and then that's really all I needed. And so I was sitting there telling everybody on their streams, this thing is coming out, you guys, and it's not gonna be 20 years from now like I thought, like the Donner cut, you know. It's coming out sooner, and yeah, lo and behold, you know, they did the whole thing with Man of Steel, which I thought it was gonna be more than just Henry. I thought it was gonna be like Henry, you know, was gonna be in the most. Was he in all of the movie or just at the end? No, he was just at the end.
It was at the end.
And then after that, I thought, you know, Ben was gonna jump on, and then Gal, and then you know, and just everybody on the main cast. but that didn't happen. But that's cool. But then they showed, they flipped around and showed the poster, and I was like, oh, okay, I mean that kind of took me by surprise a little bit. That they had something tangible, because the way that he was alluding to his panel, he was like, well, there's a lot of red tape and this, and I was like, oh god,
yeah.
That's vintage.
I was like, they haven't finished, coming up to terms yet, and that's why Ayer is quiet now, because he's finished up with contracts and things like that. So he's not releasing pictures anymore. He's not releasing, or he's not saying anything really. He's still interacting, but not as much as he used to. Not as much as he was right before and after Zach announced his version.
Right.
So. Yeah, I know that thing's coming out. So it's dominoes, and it's cool. But then the Ray Fisher thing happened, and I was like, oh hey, there's something else going on here, which I got on board with, because I empathize with Ray. I was in a situation at one of my old jobs back in a long time ago, and I had a situation where I had an issue with a higher up, and I went through the proper channels, and then after they let my immediate supervisor go, they started putting me in like different places. Did I take over the show? I was like, well, you asked me a question. Yes, I was going to answer the question. So
very long-winded answer there.
What am I, Enosh? So,
I know.
Yeah, are you?
So the end.
No, keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah. So what I did was I filled it out for the HR department. And then so they started shifting me around in different places, different work environments to try to get me to quit. And they eventually did. The story again. Yes, Dawson's heard it many a times. So, but yeah, no, and that's why I was like, you know what? If that's what happened, if that's what's going on, that's why I'm just shut up and smile. So, oh well, the end. I think we're up to speed. So how's your night going, Wonder Meg?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Happy to be here.
Yeah, she's getting to hang out with us cool ass
exactly.
motherfuckers. Yeah, she added a little bit.
This
of
isn't
fire
Dawson's
to
stream. You can cuss here.
You can cuss now. Yeah. If I was Dawson, I'd be like, okay, guys. So anyhow,
Dawson.
he's in the chat right now.
I was like, did he really just say crap on the air?
Do you know what Dawson's doing in the chat?
I don't
right
give
now?
a crap.
He's like this.
Yeah. That's Dawson.
Yeah.
No. Hold on. He's like this.
Let me see. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, you just need a pair of bifocals and you're good to go.
So we had a question for Meg from Mandy. She said, "Hey Meg, are those posters or frames on your wall?"
This one right here is a canvas of. Hold on, let me grab you guys and show you. Of Batman, and then that's Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And then those are both Wonder Woman covers, but
Nice.
they're like wood.
So what were you looking up at Justice Con? What was in that corner where you were just like,
oh, that's the
looking up?
So my old office was pretty small, so I had to utilize my desk like pretty heavily. So that was my second monitor that had all of like the chat going on it. So I was looking at chat for all the questions for the reviewers. Yeah.
That's Dawson.
Oh, get out of here, Dawson. You will not be allowed on this show tonight. I want to let you know that. No, you're always welcome here. So one of the questions that I had was, so when you compared, let's say, the theatrical cut to what we saw on BVS Man of Steel, I mean, obviously there was a big difference between the three films. You know, those two and what we saw in Justice League. You can clearly see that it wasn't the same type of film that Zach puts together.
Yeah.
All the corny jokes and the bright colors and it just didn't make any sense. And so after that, you know, obviously, you know, the whole Snyder Cut movement started to build up and started to become a real movement. And looking back on that, I mean, what inspired you to sort of join in on this Snyder Cut movement to support Zach and support this whole movement?
Whew, that's a good one.
A loaded question.
You know, like I said, I found the movement in the beginning of 2018, And I was seeing all this amazing work that people were doing, like fundraisers, t-shirt campaigns, all of that. And I was like, I want to be a part of this. I would like to help out in any way I can, whether it would be just helping out with trending events or helping out with events in general, like planning them. And a lot of the charity work they were doing meant a lot to me, especially after I found out what happened with Zach and his family. And also just to get that chapter in the DCEU, like I wanted to see the Justice League together in the tone and in the epicness that Zach had done Man of Steel and BVS. You know, because I mean, it was obvious that after seeing it, you're like, this is nothing like the first two movies at all. And even comparing it to like Wonder Woman that came out in the same year, it was like, you know, we saw Wonder Woman as like this badass warrior in BVS in Wonder Woman. And it's like to see what they did to her in Justice League. I was like, okay, no, we got to fix this. How do we fix this?
Yeah. I even heard that they added more Wonder Woman because everybody loved Wonder Woman in the theater. They were like, oh, put more Gal in there.
Oh.
But I don't know what exactly they added.
Yeah, it was called a face plant.
Yeah, that's what it was called.
I feel like they added a lot of just random shots of her smiling or just her face in general to kind of take away, like to remind the audience, hey, yeah, we have a woman in this movie and here she is smiling.
The one scene in Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer, just that it shows the little girl, one of the schoolgirls, smile, and then she smiles back better than that entire scene that they showed in the movie. Like better than that entire bank robbery scene was just those two smiles back and forth.
Yeah.
Well, and I think what it was for me was that in that scene where the little girl smiling at Wonder Woman, it portrays her character as someone who inspires hope, who you know, and that's really what it was. It was the inspiration. You know, she's inspiring hope in this little girl who just went through who just had this traumatic event happen in front of her, and now she's smiling because she knows, you know, she's inspiring that within her. She's bringing that out of her, and I just thought that was awesome.
I agree.
Yeah,
it was better than anything we saw in the theatrical cut. I'll tell you that. So and you know, I think for a lot of us too, just you know, the movement in general, you know. For some of us, there are a lot of aspects that connect directly to us or to our, you know, past experiences in life. And there were a lot of things that connected with me as well. And, you know, that's why I, you know, became a part of this and felt like, hey, you know, this is the right thing to do. This is what needs to happen, because what happened to him was not right. But it speaks more than just about a movie. It's so much bigger than that. And you know, the idea of being together, coming together, and you know, doing this together, you know, that was a huge message. And you know, when we started this whole program of you know, Crisis on Infinite Streams, when I started putting it together, you know, I really felt that the only way that this would seem real to me is if you guys knew about it, and two is that I guess in a sense is that, you know, I wanted your blessing on this, because I mean, this was your event, and the last thing that I wanted was to create an event that would, you know, act like a leech on your event. So I was like, no. So, but guys, let me tell you, when I approached Meg with this idea, I mean, she was more than happy to go with it. She thought it was amazing. I was so nervous. I was like, dude, she might just tell me, hey, dude, you know, get lost.
No, never.
Well, we do. So I mean,
you guys do all the time. But
Nickatina again.
But you guys gotta remember though. So here I am, like I have a channel that has probably like 20 subscribers at this time. And so and I'm trying to put together this team of shows where some go from 200 to 1,000 to 32,000 subscribers, you know, and bigger. So I was just like, man, how am I going to do this? You know, and once I got a few of these guys to, and like Ryan and the four nerds, they jumped on right away. They were like, yeah, let's do it. And then everybody else, I mean, if nobody took any sort of, there was no negotiating, there was no, pleading. It was just,
we don't negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah, we don't negotiate with terrorists. But I mean, the moment I asked any of them, like, hey, this is why I'm doing it. This is what it represents. Do you want to be a part of it? They were like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I mean, no questions asked. And I think that speaks volumes for you guys and what you put together and what message that put out to everybody else. I mean, everybody wanted to be a part of this. Everybody wanted to help in some kind of way. And I was just so thrilled that it all came together and to be a part of that in any way was just fantastic. So thank you for allowing
it was one of the
that.
most successful events of the summer.
Oh,
that and fandom were like it. Everything else was just, nothing.
Basically.
Thank you.
Boom, boom.
I mean, I still have this in the corner. See that?
I still have my. There's my pass.
There you go.
There you go.
Nah,
but no, it was incredible, and one of the hosts was having some issues, some health issues, but he was able to get through it all, and so but leading up to it, he was in the hospital and he had some things going on, so I started to kind of freak out because I was like, oh man, like he might need help, he might need a co-host, and so I had almost exhausted all my resources. I'm like, okay, I don't know anybody else that I can like throw, onto another show without making them do two shows or making them leave another show to join this show. And then I don't know where it was at. I don't know where I was. I was watching something and I looked down at the, the recommended shows, and who do I see? I see the ACS universe. And I'm like, and I go, who is this?
Fire. You literally saw was smoke, and you're like, where the fuck does the smoke come from?
so then I
like, he's got more subs than me. He's got to be good.
I'm like, he's got 2,000 subs. That's good. He can monetize his account.
There you go.
But and so then I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. And he seems like a nice guy, and he's in the Snyder Cut. And then at first I was gonna reach out to everybody else saying, hey, is he cool? But then I watched his most recent stream, and he said, and he did a shout out. He was like, hey, you guys, and if you guys need another show host, I'm always available. And at that point I was like,
perfect.
And at that point I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And so I reached out to him, and then he was a part of it. So and then he. And
now here we are. There we go.
Here we are.
Let me see the flame emojis in the chat.
Yeah. Jessica Blake.
Nice.
And so really, and that was the other aspect that I kind of wanted to let you guys know about, was that, I mean, Meg, this really actually brought together the entire fandom for one major event. I mean, we were all watching it together. Oh, man, they're going crazy right now.
yeah. You got to keep up with the fire emojis, buddy.
Let's go.
Sickness is in there. Leo. Sickness is another one.
That's a lot of love. That's a lot of love for ACS.
But
I don't get that much emojis. Golly, so mean.
I'll tell you what, Ryan. Here, I'll bring her up here, and then you can be next to Anthony, so you feel a little more warm.
We're faced away from each other. So it just.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait.
There we go.
There we go. Wonder Twins.
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
I got
it. So, what was the overall? Where is it? Oh, I lost it. Yeah, here we go. I'm having a Max moment here. It was that one, and then we did that, and then basically, what was your inspiration for Justice Con? Like what really brought this together? I mean, when did you have that serious talk with the Nerd Queens and realize, hey, this is something that's going to happen? And like, at what point did it become real?
So the Nerd Queens asked me if I wanted to go to San Diego Comic-Con with them for Festival this year, and I've never went before, so I was like, hell yeah, I want to go. Like, obviously, especially if I have a group of friends. And so
you got a press pass, did you?
I did, yeah, I got a press pass.
Ryan,
hey, I like chocolate ice cream.
I do too.
So I got my pass and we were all set to go, and a lot of what we did for Justice Con was supposed to be like live, like actual in-person event, much smaller scale, but in person. So when it got canceled, we were like, obviously we're so heartbroken because it would have been the first time that we would have gotten to meet. And so Nicole and Nana were brainstorming a lot. A lot of the idea came from Cole and Nana. They have a lot more experience with conventions than I do. So they approached me and they were like, hey, what do you think about this? And Cole was like, we need to do this. And I was like, all right, I'm down. Let's dive in. Let's do this. And we just started brainstorming right away. Like, who do we want to have? When do we want to do this? Do we want to get Zach involved? And it just kind of grew from there. And every week we got like a new person, or like we were brainstorming like a new panel idea. And it all went really well. Like our planning.
And that was the easy part, right?
yeah. I think
looking back on it, it's like, yeah, that was the fun part. And then
who was the first panelist that you guys acquired?
Oh, good question.
Yeah,
I know. That's why I ask it.
Oh, that's well, we reached out to Shiraz Faruqi and Chris Wong and Jonita Davis for our diversity panel, and I believe they were like one of the first ones to say yes. For in my head, I'm thinking it was Zach because we approached him very early on with the idea. And he was 100% down right from the get-go.
Wow.
And so, but we weren't really sure what way he was going to be involved. If it was just going to be his blessing on the event, or if he was going to have his own panel, which ended up happening. So in my head, I'm thinking it's all pretty much a blur.
Yeah.
But I'm almost certain it was Zach.
Oh, we're in trouble.
Dawson.
I figured I had to jump in and save Meg from the insanity of Nickatina and Ryan, because the same person she had to talk to was Anthony. So I had to come in and balance some things. But I'm not gonna be on here very long. I just want to come on and say, Meg, you did a great job with Justice Con. You and the Queens, you guys did a fantastic job. And Nickatina, of course, also with the Crescent Infinite Streams. So I just wanted to say that. And I also want to get on Anthony for mocking the way that I look at the camera.
Hold up. Here it is. Look, there it is right there. Tell me how close this is to Dawson.
Yeah. Side by side comparison. Oh my god.
Oh wow.
You've been hanging around me too much.
It's like looking in a mirror. For you guys.
My Clark Kent glasses around there, it would have been spot on, man. I don't know where they are.
I know, right?
Yours not cool enough.
I start calling you 8K ACS.
Anyway, I didn't want to interrupt Meg's answer to that question. So.
Oh no, you're fine.
So
did you?
Now you ruined it. Now you ruined it.
No, did you have to get Deborah, or did Zach bring Deborah? Did you have to ask her individually?
Well, I mean, we did a lot of, not a lot. We did a few Zoom calls with Zach, like kind of preparing what we were going to talk about, and because that's like the easiest way to really talk to him.
Yeah.
And she was there on one of the calls, and we just, well, not we. I'm pretty sure Cole was the one that ended up asking her, and she was down 100%. She was down. Awesome. But yeah, I mean. It's crazy to look back and think, oh my God, we had Zach, Deborah, Ray, Jay, Ray Porter. It's pretty almost everyone we approached said yes.
Yeah,
nice.
That's cool. That's
yeah.
cool.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dawson forced his way in.
He's branding right now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's branding. He's probably drawing a picture right now. He's like, I'm gonna start drawing my picture.
So, Meg, let me ask you, how was a Zoom call with Zack Snyder? Like, was it like, is it like the same way he is in interviews where he's using his hands a lot? It's just like a lot of, just a lot of focused energy.
Zack is like the easiest going person I've probably ever talked to.
He seems like it.
He makes you feel like, you're just chatting with a friend, even though internally I'm like, oh my God, it's Zack Snyder. Like I'm talking with him right now. No, he's just such a cool guy. And he always made us feel like, our ideas were good and that he was just ready to help out whenever.
Nice.
It's incredible.
Yeah, just watching interviews with his, he just seems like he's super chill. Like he just talks very openly as much as he can, obviously. Say. But no, it just seems like a very casual conversation.
Did you get out of him?
How much information? None. I didn't get any. I mean, we pretty much are.
We'll chat after the show.
It was just all Justice Con planning for sure. I think the craziest thing was when he told us that, he's like, oh, I've been working on something to show, and we were like, oh, what?
Oh, you're gonna show something? You're like, oh.
Yeah, and so when he said, like, because we knew, like, I don't know how much in advance, but we knew what he wanted to show, and how we were going to do that. And he said, all right, well, he talks with his hands. I'll get the clip and I'll just send it to Meg. And I was like, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. It's like, again, thinking back. Thinking back, like ACS, like us last year, did I ever think that I was going to get an email from Warner Brothers with an exclusive clip of Superman? No.
So I'm curious, when you had the mouse over the video to ready to play, how much was your hand shaking, just ready to show people?
Oh, I was freaking out so
You're like, there better
badly.
not be a virus.
And like in between like our breaks, like
I forgot the share audio tab.
I know, that's like, and I did mess up a little. I mean, I when I hit play, my cursor was still on it for like a split second. So like, I mean, it didn't go perfect. We
all do that.
Everybody's like, oh, I ruined it.
In my head, that's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I fucked this up. And I mean, the whole day, my stomach was just in knots. And
I can imagine.
When I hit play, I was like, all right, well, here it goes. Because Zach, like, we had discussed like how we were gonna like pitch it up, and he was like, all right, well, I'll just say, well, we have something to show you guys, or do you have something to show, something like that. See, I don't even remember because I was like, so when I hit play, it was just. I was like, all right, well, this is it. If it goes bad, it goes bad.
The real question is, how many diagnostics did you run on your internet like that entire morning?
None at all. None. And it's funny because I remember this specific comment in the chat, and someone was like, wow, she must have a computer from NASA or something. And I'm like, no, I don't. Not at all.
I saw zero lags or anything like that in that entire.
Yeah, because the whole time, like Ryan was saying, when you girls were hosting the Justice Con, it was like this. You were just like staring at the. You'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, in the chat, it was so.
What is that? Like, what is she doing?
And I know, like, a lot of people had a lot to say about, like, how we were as presenters, and. A lot of people are commenting on how, like, oh my God, why does she keep fucking looking up? And I don't.
Oh, that was Ascended Ancient. He posted something. He posted that on Twitter.
And I mean, not just him, like literally, like a lot of people. And I was just like, if you guys only understood, like.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. A lot of people don't quite understand.
Yeah, I do.
Like running a simple stream like this, like even like what Nicktina's doing right now, even that's complex. Like I can imagine, like putting on like all these stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
y'all were basically looking at
hard.
the screens on the fucking Matrix where there's like just
shit
running up and like all over. That's exactly what y'all were basically.
I mean, and it's
I like the party crasher from the guy from AFSP that jumped in.
I know.
About that. So, like, what was the story behind that? Like how did he all of a sudden show up? He was like, what?
It was. I'm pretty sure he had another like Zoom meeting that he had to go to, and he clicked on the wrong one.
Yeah.
And he was in front of 17,000 people. Just
what?
Yeah.
His name was Tom. Was it Tom or Tim? His name
is Tom. I
Tom.
believe.
Yeah, Tom.
Yeah.
I remember he popped up, and all of a sudden everyone got quiet, and you were like, "What did you ask him?" Like, "Hey Tom, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
And he was like, and then he left. I was like, "Whoa!"
He's like, "I have a clip too."
Yeah.
What's good, Matt?
Matt.
Lightcast.
Look. I see what you did over there, Ryan, or not Ryan, but Dawson. You changed your hat because we was about to.
It's back to branding.
Yeah,
he's branding again. He's branding. That's all
right.
right.
Oh, fine, whatever.
Here we go.
Here we go. Yeah. Let's all go into branding mode now.
Subscribe.
Subscribe to my channel.
Man, you know what? I just came on here to support Nickatina and to support Meg, and you guys are making it look like I'm cloud chasing. So,
hey, join the club, dude.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's what everyone ever says about me. So,
that's unfortunate.
It's all right.
Rasha Taylor writes, if that's all people could focus on, it says more about them. Everyone would be nervous as fuck. Yes, I would be nervous as fuck. If I had to go, like, if I had to start it, I would have been nervous as hell all the way through from start to from beginning to end.
Yeah,
I mean, look, I had to do a stream that morning at like
7.
No,
midnight.
Well, for me it was 4 a.m.
4 a.m. Yeah.
But so here's the crazy part was that before that I was on Dave's show, Dave Pena's show. And it was a vodka stream, and we were drinking beer and everything. And then I started to get drunk, and I was like, "Oh crap!"
And you had to be up at 4 a.m. Like, what were you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. I just at that point I was in total like, just straight PR mode. Like, hey, let's go, let's do it, let's pump this up, let's do it.
Alcohol for the brand.
I mean, look,
I love all you guys.
I went inside after his show because he was like, "Dude, you got to be on like 4 hours, man." I was like, "Yeah, I know." So I go inside. I think I slept for like 2 hours, but I was just laying there like. And then I had to go on, and from what everybody says is that the show went really well, which I was happy about.
Your show?
Yeah.
You don't even remember your show?
I mean, I do. And I
remember. Everybody told me it was good.
Well, because you got to remember too. Right after that, like I was on like everybody's show, so it was just like one after another.
Ridiculous.
I've never streamed that long in my life. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. And kind of going back to what Meg was saying about like the process of running a stream and all the people you had to handle. Like, for example, you had Zack Snyder first and foremost, like the thing of the movement. They had Jay Oliva, who made arguably one of the best animated movies of all time in the Dark Knight Returns. All these people, and I think about that, and then I think about how nervous we were on the Four Nerds to have Richard Citrone on there, who's a stunt double. That's and so like again, that just shows how much work goes into like making sure that event with those high quality people works.
Man, a lot of poise.
Right.
Yeah.
And I wanted to focus a lot on asking questions from the chat in general because I mean we were doing this for the audience to begin with.
Engagement is key.
It wasn't for us. We wanted to pull questions from the chat, and I mean, if people thought I was just looking off into La La Land, that's fine. But I was literally like pulling questions from the chat. So it's whatever.
I figured that's what's happening. I figured you had a monitor up there because, like, when you're running something that big, you need multiple monitors, right? You need multiple things to look at. So
so I had.
He's like, I can't believe it.
I had the actual like Zoom call, everything on one monitor. I had my Streamlabs on one, and I had a chat on the other one. So,
oh man.
So I know what
so you had the back cave.
Okay.
Yeah, she had the back cave.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
Exactly. Thank you.
It's better than I have. I just have the one laptop right here and the camera off to the side.
Oh wow. See, I've always had two monitors. Like even when I would like before I would do YouTube or anything, I've always had 2 monitors. Like I can't keep everything on one.
I'm trying to get a second monitor, but
it's so worth it. Oh, I feel that. I feel that. I feel you.
Yeah, I would have been. I'd have been having my. So Zach, if you got something to show us, yeah, it's been like nervous like that. So mad props.
Thank you.
That's the whole thing too. Is that when you have Ray Fisher on, and when you have Zack
I
Snyder
was
on
so nervous because we talked to Ray prior about what he can and can't say, and I'm in my head. I'm thinking, all right, how are we going to pitch this question about like all of the behind the scenes stuff?
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to say it, and then I was just like, so the chat's asking a lot. I'm just like shy. I was like, the chat's asking a lot about Joss Whedon. Can you say anything? And then he just went off. And that to me is Ray Fisher's panel was my absolute favorite panel.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute favorite.
I mean, other than the, the Superman clip and just having Zach and Deborah and everybody on, that Ray Fisher thing was just like huge.
It was the most revelatory.
I never, and I think the Nerd Queens would agree with me. I don't think we didn't expect for him to say any of that at all.
Yeah.
I figured it would just be like, some messed up stuff happened and we're still trying to figure it out. And then he would just say how much he loves and supports the community, and that was it. But I mean,
yeah, because before the show, I remember that we were all talking, speculating about what could be said or what couldn't be said. I was like, dude, I don't think there's any way that he would talk about something negative, on this kind of a stream or whatever, just
another bad take, Ryan.
He just dropped that bomb, and I was like, "Oh crap!" I was invested. I was like, "Holy shit!" Don't interrupt him. Keep him going.
Yeah, and we just let him talk, and Justice Con was definitely a place for every single one of our guests to talk candidly and openly about things that they couldn't say at like a DC fandom or San Diego Comic-Con. And I definitely think Ray and Zach took advantage of that for sure. And I mean, I'm so glad.
He'd rather burn that thing than use one.
That was huge. That was huge when he said that.
That clip I use all the time on my show. I took that clip where he's like, I'd set it on fire.
You hear my giggle in the clip too?
Yeah. It's actually right at the very beginning of that clip. Yeah.
Those two clips.
Yeah.
Nothing else could have happened with thankful that everything else that happened with Justice Con did. But those 2 clips, Ray Fisher saying, well, yeah, he's scared and he should be. And then what he said after that. And then Zack Snyder saying, yo, I would literally burn this shit to the ground.
I would rather burn it to the ground.
Set it on fire.
Set it on fire. Yes.
But just like Jessica Blake says, that was the moment from Justice Con. I mean, when Ray Fisher went into his whole talk about, what happened on the set and the whole interview, when he started going into that to me was when Justice Con just blew up. It was already huge, but that's when it really the fire just ignited to its full degree. It was like, oh my God, this is real. Like this is getting, this is not just a puff piece. This is not like a thing where we're just like, hey, everybody, we love you. Like, this is some real shit going on right now. Yeah. And this is awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm sure they're hella nervous right now.
Yeah.
Going to navigate through that. Like, oh, yeah.
I mean,
wow.
It was the whole weekend was insane. But I mean, right after Justice Con, I went on Twitter and I saw we were trending. And I was like, this is so crazy. Yeah. I don't know how we would ever be able to top it at all.
I mean, and that was a huge panel.
What did you feel about actually being on television?
Well,
that's another audience, right?
Yeah. I don't know. It was it this last Tuesday? You sent me that clip, and and we were live on the Nerd Queens. We're doing an all-female podcast, if you guys didn't know, called League of Mayhem every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. EST. But you sent me that, and I was like, ladies, we gotta pause because we just found out we were on ET Canada. And I sent it. Of course, I sent it to my parents instantly.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Look, Mom, I'm on TV." And I was very surprised that they kept all of us on, like all of us in the frame. I am surprised they didn't like cut us out because who are we?
Yeah.
Oh man,
there you are.
They caught me looking at the monitor.
There you are.
I know.
How many times did she look up? Let's count. That's twice.
No, please don't. Please don't.
Ryan. Well, anyway, Nickatina, I gotta drop out, but again, I just want to say hi to Nickatina. I also want to say hi to Meg. Tell you again, good job on Justice Con. Hi, everybody in the chat. See you guys later.
Hi, Dawson.
See ya.
I removed him. You removed him. I am in control of this. But no, this was huge, and I mean,
absolutely insane. Yeah, it's crazy that even now, I mean, we're how many months out from Justice Con, that it's still being talked about because there's so many relevant topics that Ray, Zach, Jay, the AFSP that they brought up that I feel like we're still going to have conversations about for a really long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was.
Well, you know what's crazy too is that after the Ray Fisher panel, so we're all pumped up at this point. We're like, oh my god, this is gonna be great because here comes Zack Snyder, and I remember we were all watching it together at one point. It was Ryan was there, Joseph, Sil, and Dawson. All of us were all there watching, and then I remember we were like, hey, is the other panel up yet? And he was like, yeah. Dawson was like, yeah, it's up right now. Hold on. And he goes, guys, it doesn't start for another 15 minutes, but guys, he was like, there's 900 people waiting for it to start right now. I was like, oh my god! And then as soon as it started, it just kept on climbing the number of viewers. I was like, holy crap!
When Nerd Queens and I like went on Lightcast podcast, I think he was like the first one we did, and then we did like the vodka stream after that. But Matt had asked me, how many people do you think are going to watch? And this was like literally a week after we announced Justice Con.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe like 1,000 at most. Yeah. And I mean, we broke 1,000 just on the very first panel of Justice Con, which was just the three of us talking. So definitely our expectations were blown out of the water for sure. I mean, like you said, there are people in the waiting rooms. It was like thousands of people, and I'm like, this is crazy. Like, how are we going to do this? But again, looking back, it's just crazy, absolutely crazy.
It's just absolutely crazy, and really, if you look at it, in my opinion, and I think a lot of others would agree with this, you girls have really, really elevated the bar when it comes to, these cons that are happening online. If you look at Comic-Con, happened the same time as Justice Con. I mean, you guys smashed.
Blew them out of the water.
Yes.
And that's a organized by, a marketing crew and all that, Yeah. A lot of money was put into into San Diego Comic-Con.
You girls did. I mean, it was incredible. I mean, I spent
you made it look like amateurs.
I didn't even watch Comic-Con.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
No,
I still haven't watched.
I still haven't
Comic-Con.
Same.
I haven't even watched because the rave was like the New Mutants trailer, which we all know now is trash. That was like the big thing that they had at Comic-Con, and I still haven't watched that because it's 30 years since they finished filming that thing, and
30
years, different iterations.
It was like Game of Thrones season 3 at the time.
I know.
Seriously. She's still
a little girl.
Maisie Williams still looks like she does, dude. She does. She literally still looks like she's fighting. She's still the girl with no name. Like that's still what she looks like.
So we are going to have one more guest come on to replace Dawson. He's the one to come on to say hi to you and say hi to all of us, of course. And that is the Zod Rider.
Zod, what's
good?
Hey,
everyone.
Hello, Meg. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I just want to say that you did a fantastic job at Justice Con.
Thank you.
I loved every moment of it. You ladies were phenomenal.
Thank you.
I can't believe how brilliantly you pulled it all off. I mean, it was. I just wanted to go back and just real quick go back and mention the idea where you had to keep going up and looking at the monitors.
Oh no!
I had taken some college courses in radio and film a few years back, and one of the things you have to do when you're in like an editing room or you're controlling a broadcast like that is you have to look up at monitors.
Yeah,
that's one of the major things you have to do. So your head is bobbing up and down constantly because you're trying to pay attention and keep track of stuff that's being, of shots that are happening and different things. So all the people that were giving you criticisms like that just have no idea what was going on. So to me, I completely understood and saw. I mean, and it's like we were all watching it together. Wasn't that what you said, Nickatina? We had all been watching it together. Me, you, Ryan, and Dawson. We were all, trying to cover it, and it was just like. And people just didn't understand. There was like a total reason for you to be doing all that. So I mean, it just made so much sense. It came off so beautifully and so done. And I don't know how you ladies are going to top it at all, because as I've said before, for me, you guys did a better job than DC Fandom, and it was much more intimate, much more special, and I just you guys are superstars in and of itself. So I wanted to ask you also, when is your Funko Pop coming out? Because I definitely want to get one.
Oh, I don't know. I'll get with Cole and see if we can mass produce some.
That would be awesome. That would be so awesome to have it up there. Have it up right next to the 214 Steppenwolf Funko Pop and the all the various Justice League ones. So
thank you.
But yeah, you guys are fantastic. And
thank you.
And Nickatina, this is by far your greatest show ever. I got to give you credit, man. You are. But I'm just being. I'm serious. You are asking so many good questions, and it's good to see. It's good to see Great Take Ryan up here too, of the Four Nerds, and Anthony.
I'm here to sort of make sure that he asks good questions.
Well, yeah, you're doing a good job, and Anthony down here is all Anthony. Anthony is always fire on anything that he's on, so we know that there's no problem. So I'm gonna, Meg, I'm going to be getting back to you about being on the Zod Rider show and being on the Four Nerds.
Sounds
I definitely want to get you on both shows now that you're not exhausted anymore.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
That's that's a thing, coming right out of the gate. Everybody was trying to hit you up to get you on podcasts and different things.
Oh, I'm sure everybody was hitting you up. And then I was telling her earlier, like, almost naively, I was hitting her up, and at the time, I didn't even know she was planning this. So I'm like, "Hey, what's up? You want to come on my show?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm really busy right now." I got like 20 people watching.
Was that before? Now, Nickatina, was that before you came up with Crisis on Infinite Streams?
It was before all that. I was like, "Hey, you want to come on?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm really busy right now. I have work, and I got some stuff I'm working on."
Nickatina guy.
Yeah.
No. I love coming on shows.
It's so funny because Nickatina just like came out of nowhere. Like he emerged from the shadows as like this super organizer to get everything going. And it was brilliant. It was like, wow, okay.
He's like the wedding planner from like Father of the Bride. I mean, it's boom, just out of nowhere.
Actually, I tend to think of it more that when I showed up on the scene, it was more like this.
Well, here I am.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you had the eyes and your eyes were glazed over from being so exhausted. And
no, where's that picture? Oh, I don't. You don't have it. Let me send it to you.
I mean,
I gotta post that on Twitter.
It just to me,
again.
I mean, and then Nickatina, you were talking earlier about how you'd gone on the Real Anarchy or Dave's podcast,
yeah,
and then you had to jump 4 hours later and do a show. I still don't know how you did that. That was insane.
I don't know how I did that. I was just like, but you know what though? I was so excited, and I knew that regardless, I wasn't going to sleep anyway because I was so excited, and I wanted to make sure that all the shows went, as smooth as possible. All the shows broke, during their streams to show the panels that that were going on at the time. And so I was like, no, I can't even sleep. Like I said, I slept maybe an hour or 2 hours at the most, and that's about it. So Ryan, I have that picture. Not really. I have the other when it was repurposed, but this should at least sum it up. Oh boy. Let's see. Hold on. I'll show you right now. Which one?
Wait. Which one is it? Which one is it, Ryan?
Let's see what he. Oh God.
That would be perfect for like if I was gonna like direct the commercial. I would be like, Nickatina, the reason energy drinks were invented.
Seriously,
like, you got a Red Bull.
There we go.
There it is.
See, there you go. And I mean, I remember you were loaded up. You were on the day of Justice Con. You were loaded up on so many energy drinks. Every time we saw you, you had an energy drink in your hand.
I had a bunch of rock stars. I was like,
which one was it that Syl was just like he was so lit on whatever caffeine drinks he was just on fire. I can't remember.
He never gives away his titles though. Syl never tells us what he's drinking. You just kind of guess if you happen to see it.
The other one.
Or like because I was
no. He did. It's Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay, I was because I was doing I was doing the Starbucks energy drinks, the double shot espressos. Those were the ones that I was rocking the whole time. But I know, but Nickatina, it just seemed like every time you seen him, he had one, and I'm like,
I had a rock star. I had a whole pack of rock stars. I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna keep drinking these until I die, until the day is over. But in the end, it all worked out.
What was your drink of choice for Justice Con? Because you had to stay in I guess every single panel. What did you have to put in your body, like Nickatina is, to keep yourself awake, and just on fire, as ACS puts it?
The first day, I just straight water. I couldn't. Too much adrenaline. I wasn't hungry. I wasn't thirsty. I literally would just drink water.
That's probably the smartest thing you could have done, Meg.
I know. So the second day, pretty much the same thing. I just didn't want to I didn't want to chance having
I'm so glad you're here.
Exactly.
I'm ready to play the clip. Are you ready to play the clip?
I didn't want to crash or anything either. So I was just like,
that would have been horrible.
You would have looked up at the monitor and would have been snoring.
Oh, exactly.
It would have been one look up too much.
Yeah. So it was just water. Just water.
That was,
actually, I honestly, if I was you, I probably wouldn't need an energy drink either, because that's.
It's just so much.
Well, the energy drinks are just no good for you. They're just.
Well, yeah.
They're really not. They're really not.
Zack Snyder was there. How much more adrenaline do you need?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sadly enough, I drink this every day. So.
Do you is it green when you piss? What's that movie?
Role Models.
Role Models.
Models.
When they're pissing right before.
I love that movie.
Possibly. So
it's what the body craves.
Yeah, Brondo. So really, I think what you girls did, it changed cons forever. I really do believe that DC fandom saw what you girls did, and they had to figure out, okay, how do we top that? Because that's the new standard, and now we have to take it to a whole new level, which is why I think they had everything pre-recorded, because they wanted to make it more of like this kind of like cinematic experience, all these different panels, because you guys basically were doing everything live, and so they saw, okay, so we can do it live or we can do it pre-recorded and give it so much color and effects and all that, and so in my opinion, that's how they had to try and top you guys because you girls tore it up.
Yeah. I mean, that last little interview with the lady from Whose Line Is It Anyway and Matt Reeves, it really didn't look like they were actually talking to each other when they were both.
They probably were not.
It was like so bad.
Yeah. So. I don't know. I feel like because we were discussing like, oh, should we do pre-recorded, all live, a mixture of both, and we decided to go with live just because of the chat experience and just getting more people involved, you know, asking questions, just seeing their live reaction to certain things as well. Do I think it changed cons forever? I don't know.
It did.
So
it totally changed cons forever. When fans like the way you ladies pulled it off were able to get that much heat together in one place for 2 days. I mean, Warner Brothers knows that they can't compete with something like that. That's why, like Nickatina was saying, going pre-production with all the, full, special effects and all that has value, because if they can't top you, they can at least try to make it more Hollywood flashy. But you had the true intimacy level going on there, because when Zack Snyder came on and he straight up told you when you started giggling and he told you about how he would burn the movie before he added any bits from Joss Whedon, that part alone, not only was it, I know you guys talked about it earlier, not only was it fire, but it just underscored the type of environment that you guys were in. Like he was talking to you like you would expect him to talk to you as a friend outside of any kind of a convention convention thing, anything like that. So yeah.
No, and I love everything fandom put together. I think it looked amazing. But I feel like for us, we just wanted it to be about our guests and our viewers. We didn't want a flashy setup at all. We just literally wanted it to be, it's like you're just sitting down listening to a discussion about the things that the things that you love. And I mean, I think we definitely achieved that, and it's going to be interesting to see the future of conventions, especially obviously with COVID. And I hope that it does inspire other fandoms to do like the same thing, having their own convention and celebrating the things that they love, because all too often I feel like people just like hate on things that they spend too much energy hating on things instead of doing their own thing. So
exactly.
Well, and the fact that you were able to get so many high-profile people to participate, that's what made it so amazing. And none of them in any of the panels came off speaking anything more than they would like how they would be having a normal conversation. That's what I mean. It felt so personal. Especially and felt Jay. So intimate. Yeah. Oh, Jay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
I know. We told him, we were like, man, you need to start your own podcast, because like, I mean, I think we asked him maybe 2 or 3 questions, and I mean, he just went off and just kept talking, and it was the stuff that he was saying was just so interesting. And, I literally could have listened to him talk for like 3 more hours.
my only issue with Jay, and I don't know if you ladies caught on to this, but my only issue was with Jay was that big Iron Man bust he had behind. It was just funny to me, because I was like, he was so passionate and he was so and you could tell, but like the Iron Man bust was just kind of like, oh man. But no, I mean, that wasn't a criticism. It was just just kind of like it kind of stood out. And it was like, oh man, you're the director of The Dark Knight Returns. You should have a big Batman bust. Yeah.
No.
So the last question that I'm going to ask you, and I think it's a question that everyone has been wondering. I've been wondering it. I know the viewers have been asking this question as well. So I'm just going to throw it out there. If I can find it.
Well, you don't know the question?
Should there be a Justice Con 2?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's something we definitely have discussed. And I mean, it would be so fun to sit down with. I mean, I would love to sit down with all of the guests that we had, and discuss, like, even in a year's time again, what has happened in that year, because hopefully, I mean, if we do it again, we'd already be into watching Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, so you'd have to be talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And I feel like there's definitely potential for a second one.
I made it bigger.
And we definitely there's things that I would love to do differently, and there's things I would love to do the same. So I think we still need to have more discussion on it, but it's definitely something I would love to do again.
Well, I want you to know that, I mean, and I hope that you can sense that just from being here on the show, is that
for sure.
if you decide to do it again, we are all here and we are all waiting and we're all here to help out and to do whatever we can.
Thank you.
Like,
anything.
You could have just said we're all in.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
That was fire.
we're all ready to go.
Hashtag come together. There you go.
We're all of one sound mind and body, and we're all
of one sound.
They never faced us before.
One of us. Okay, never mind.
Not us united. Let's go.
Okay, so last couple things we're gonna do here. We're gonna do one last thing at the end, but before we get to that last thing we're gonna do, we're gonna play a little game. So originally it was gonna just be Anthony versus Meg. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch this up a little bit. We're gonna go. There we go. So it's gonna be Meg and Anthony versus Zod Rider and Zebrafett. Okay.
Oh, so sorry for you guys.
Hold up, Nickatina. What kind of questions are we talking about here?
Okay, so and just for Anthony Dre, because he always asks for it.
Hello, no.
This one's for you.
Hello, no.
Okay, so corny. So the game it's called the age game. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up an image of an actor that we're all kind of familiar with, and we're all just going to guess his age. So you guys are going to guess this in teams, and we'll see who wins. Now, I don't have a pen on me because I was going to keep score, but it shouldn't be that hard. Okay, so
36.
Boom, 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 boom.
36. Whoa. Okay, so the first name that we're going to throw out there, let's see. Where is it? Oh, I passed it. Here we go.
Boom, play it again.
So the first name that we're going to throw out there is going to be, well, not that one.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, guys, I gotta go.
Okay, the first name that we're going to put out
Why
there.
do you have that?
Yeah.
because the other day we're making fun of his.
It's for your your dartboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his new profile pic with the Band-Aid. I was like, oh god,
an actor.
Yeah, he got punched. So the first thing we're gonna do is none other than Ben Affleck.
Oh,
can you guess his age?
Do we yell it or?
Well, hold on. Okay, this question is for Meg and Anthony. How old is Ben Affleck?
He is.
45.
I think he's 48.
48.
48?
48.
And the answer is... $48 is the answer. 48 on the money.
Woo!
Thank you.
All right, Zod, we gotta show this out. Oh my goodness.
Okay, here we
Hold
go.
on, wait, stop. I gotta pull up IMDb.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Hey, no cheating. No cheating, guys. Come on. This is all for charity.
48.
Everyone in this chat is like jumping into sickness. 53. Oh, Batman knew it. 48. And you guys can't help either. I mean,
yeah. We'd like to ask the audience.
Yeah.
I'd like to do the physical challenge.
No, we'll be fair with it. We'll be fair.
Yeah,
okay.
Of course we will.
Okay, so here is the next one. We have Jason Momoa.
Aww.
Okay, so Joseph, Ryan, what is his age?
I'm gonna say
he's younger.
I'm gonna say that Jason Momoa is 41 years old.
41?
Oh my
He
god.
is 41 years old. 41.
Shit.
See?
And that was a video of Anthony's uncle.
Well, you got to remember he's married to Lisa Bonet.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah. So how old is Lenny?
Lenny Kravitz, isn't he?
Yeah, well,
isn't he in his 50s?
I think so.
I'd say
What's
Lenny
that,
Kravitz about 53, 54.
52.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm waiting for the bell. What's going on, Nickatina?
Well, Lenny
I
Kravitz
don't
come up. He didn't have Lenny
That's not a
Kravitz.
part of the
That was a
game.
bonus round, baby.
Okay, so here we go. The next actor that we're going to pull up is none other than Amy Adams.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Don't get Eric in here. Now, what is the age of Amy Adams, Anthony, and Meg?
I'm gonna say 43.
Yeah, that's 43.
43.
I don't think that's
Okay.
right.
The judges say
Oh, you tricked her.
Dang.
Do we get a guess? Do we
Yes, you
get a
do.
guess?
Okay, you get one guess.
Oh,
What is
good.
it?
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna
don't say 43.
Okay, I'm gonna say she does look like she's in her 40s. So
I
I'm
would
gonna
say
say I'm gonna say
41.
46. I'm gonna say 46.
Who said?
Dang.
46.
Damn.
You said
Okay,
you said
okay, hold on,
43,
hold on,
so
hold
I
on.
just went a little older
know.
over. Just a little older.
I think Joseph may be cheating right now. I think he has IMDb open right now.
No, I don't. Honestly,
Okay.
God.
All right,
Put your hands on your head.
Everybody-
Yeah. I guess we all have to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so two of the four nerds, and we'll just call them Team Four Nerds, they're winning 2-1. So here we go. Now the question goes back to you, Anthony and Meg.
Mhm.
How old? Oh, that's the hard one too. How old is Jeremy Irons?
Oh my god.
Oh,
43.
This is so hard. What do you think, Anthony?
I think 64.
No.
You think way older?
No, yeah.
I think
You guys are. He's way older than
I
that.
think he's 67.
Okay. We'll go with 67.
67. Final answer.
Oh, it's probably wrong. Whoops.
Okay, Ryan.
72.
Joseph.
Jeez.
I'm gonna say.
thinking
I'm gonna
71.
say. I'm gonna say 7. I'm gonna say 71. 71.
Yeah, 71.
Okay, and the answer is damn it, 72.
Damn it, 72.
Oh, okay. So see now you get that's like, oh wow. Well, we were close.
So what?
Anthony even said it
Stupeflex?
too. He's like, I can't believe you're 72. I was like, God damn it, what are you doing? And they still got it wrong.
No, because I'm reading the chat. It's just saying they're like 100.
65.
Horrible.
Jesse,
Yo.
come on.
Hey, Ryan, we were
Man,
really
it's just
close. We were
980.
really
Very
close on that
Yeah,
one. I mean,
yeah, very close.
Okay, so we only got a few more left, and Team Four Nerds is winning 2-1. Okay, so here we go. This is for Meg and Anthony because since they didn't get that question right.
Stuck.
Just don't say 43.
Yeah, they'll say 43. So the next person,
I'll
next
just add
actor
3
we're gonna
years.
guess. Yeah. The next actor that we're gonna guess is none other than Henry Cavill.
Ooh.
38.
I think he's I think he's like 36, but I literally have no idea. I know he's
so we got 36 and 38.
He's younger than Amy Adams.
Okay, so we got 36
I
and
know
38.
how old he is already. I know how old he is.
You guys, 36 and 38. Which number are you
want to go in the middle?
with?
You want to go 37?
Yeah, let's go 37.
37.
Okay.
I'm gonna be so mad. It's 36.
Hey.
38.
Yeah.
The number.
Good job. Yes.
Oh, hold on. I hate how I can't do that from the comments. Everyone's going nuts right now. 36. Yeah, I think. Jesse says 21 at one point. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, right.
36. Yeah, I think. Okay, so right now it's tied at 2-2. Okay.
Yes.
So we're coming up at the end here. So here we go. The next actor or next whatever you have to guess is none other than the beautiful Gal Gadot.
Ooh, Gal Gadot.
Ooh.
So
she's younger.
So this is for Ryan and Joseph.
Zod, yes.
All right. I'm gonna take a guess.
34.
And I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna go a little bit higher than that. I'm gonna say that Gal Gadot's 35.
35. Okay. Survey says.
Oh my gosh.
It was 35.
Damn.
Dang.
I'm impressed, Zod.
Yeah.
I love that Zod's on my team.
I know. So now they go back up. It's 3-2. What kind of screwed everything up is that you guys both got one wrong. So now we have to come up with an extra tiebreaker.
That's because Jeremy Irons is older than Dirt. What are we going to do? I mean,
I should have saved him for last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The next actor is, and this is for Anthony and Meg. Let's see if they can tie this up. Otherwise, then by default, the four nerds win, even though there's only two of them. Here it is. Ray Fisher.
Oh, he just had a birthday.
He did. He just had a birthday.
43.
No. Is he?
No.
33?
I think it's 32.
Which
but
one?
I don't
30?
know. Let's go with 33.
33?
33, yeah.
Okay.
33.
Good job.
The winner.
Good
It
job.
is the winner. So this will end in a tie because I don't have any more of those set up because you guys both got the same one wrong.
Jeremy Irons should have been the last one, Nickatina, because again, his age was hard to pinpoint. It's wow.
Yeah, he should have been the tiebreaker.
I mean, I'm good with a tie.
Me too.
You guys, congratulations. Cool. Congratulations. All right, Nickatina, where's our prop?
So there is one. So we are going to do one more. Just for the hell of it. I don't have the number that I can put up on the screen, but I will tell you the answer, okay?
Is it you, Nickatina?
No, it's not me.
43.
Collectively, since the game is over, what is the age of this Batman?
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
That's 67.
Oh wow. I don't think he's that old.
I'm gonna go and say that he's a little bit younger than that. He just looks bad because of some of the stuff that he's been through. I'm gonna say that Val Kilmer is about. I'm gonna say he looks 60 years old. I'm gonna say he's 60.
I'm gonna say 58.
I'm gonna say 63.
You want to know the answer?
Yes.
The answer is
Find out
60.
Oh my god!
60.
How are you so good at this?
Because I know he's gone through a lot, and I was factoring in how young he was at the time he did Batman Forever. When he did Batman Forever, he was in his mid 30s.
I have no idea.
So he would be about 60 now.
Well, that was fun. Thank you guys for playing this game.
Thank you.
So,
awesome.
there. God damn it. So there
What
is
was that?
yeah, I could go back.
I said Wonder Woman pop.
I feel violated. Why do I feel violated?
It's the Wonder Woman pop. Look at it.
Oh,
We had it
okay,
on
there we
earlier.
go.
Yeah.
That's the Wonder Meg. That's the Wonder Meg Funko Pop, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
there it
wish.
is.
I
There it is.
wish.
Okay, so we are going to do one last thing before we go because we're coming up on the 2-hour mark. And it's something that I think, I don't know about all of you guys, but it's something that I've always wanted to do, especially now that Meg is here. And this won't get any more awkward.
Truth or dare?
Yeah, truth or dare. We're going to take one quick look at the one and only Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer.
Let's go.
Now I've heard
Fire.
a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah.
God, so good.
I did my best, wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I've told the truth, I didn't come to fool you. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of Song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah.
Let's go!
Best shot ever.
Part gives the best part.
This guy's probably fought hundreds of thousands of other super beings on the other planets he's destroyed, right? And we have to assume he's won.
I don't care how many demons he's fought and how many hells. He's never fought us. Not us united.
Let's go!
So good.
That's the real Batman right there.
Awesome.
Yes.
I mean, that was.
Something's bleeding.
Something definitely bleeding.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, something is definitely bleeding.
Yeah, no, we're not going to see that anymore. I'll tell you that. So, guys, that was absolutely. I mean, when that was released, that was probably the greatest thing that I had ever seen. It was just, it was such a triumph for all of us just to see that with that song playing. What do you say?
Jesse said he's still hyped after 200. Yes, I'm too hyped after 2,000 repeat viewings. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go because that was the real shit.
Mm-hmm.
and that's that was the thing too, is that it was so real. Like that was Zach's movie. After all this time, like there it was. It was just so incredible. It was I can't even describe. It's just,
yeah, I mean, so many things are taken out, like that, something's bleeding and yes, ma'am, and all that other crap, it's like, oh my God, thank you for taking all of the nonsense out. I'm tired of people trying to make fun of DC, moviegoers because of something, I was going to say, crazy like that. Right.
Yeah.
But so what are you most looking forward to other than Zack Snyder's Justice League? What other project are you like gung ho for in this universe?
I'm so excited for Black Adam. I love the whole Shazam universe.
Yeah.
So finally getting to see. I mean, how long has The Rock been cast as Black Adam? And
Since the 90s.
Yeah.
It's the 90s.
Back when it was, and I was telling somebody this the other day. Back when it was, it was a text in, like not contest, but it was like text 1 if you want me to play Shazam, text 2 if you want me to play Black Adam.
Yeah, didn't he dress up as Black Adam for the WWE at one point back then? He had like a there's like a picture of him in a like a Black Adam uniform, and he has the
this was right after the Scorpion King was made.
right. He's been in the role for a long
Scorpion King, get out of here.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited to see Black Adam, and I mean the Flash sounds really interesting so far. And of course, I mean I'm just counting down the days until Wonder Woman 84 gets postponed again. So.
Finally, right?
And then,
Mag, do you think that that's going to get a release simultaneously with like video on demand, or do you think
I hope
that they're
not. I hope they put it in the theater.
For theaters?
I hope it's in the theater. I mean, there's really nothing that compares to like the movie going experience.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
And there's certain movies that you can watch at home for sure, but I don't think this is one of them at all.
Well, I don't know if they could put Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max. They could put Wonder Woman 84 on HBO Max.
Yeah, I mean you're right.
And guys, let's not forget about what happened yesterday. The news that hit us
Superman.
Like a ton of bricks.
You think you can threaten my mother?
Man, that's what it felt like. That's really what it felt like when we heard the news that Henry Cavill has a new contract for future DCEU movies. I mean, that was another great thing to find out yesterday.
Yeah, so he will face up against Black Adam. That's definitely one of the things that Rock has been pushing, and Danny Garcia. So, hey, that's going to happen. That's inevitable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is definitely inevitable, guys. I want to thank you so much for coming on today, Meg. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It was a pleasure talking with you, Anthony. You as well, Ryan, Joseph. Let's just go around the panel really quick, and you guys can let the viewers know where they can find you. Let's start with Joseph down below.
Okay, well, you can find me on Twitter at Zod Rider, and you can also find me Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern on the Zod Rider Show at PSN Radio, and you can find me on the Four Nerds Thursdays 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for the reminder, Nickatina, because I was thinking I was about to say something else. We were kind of like thrown off because yesterday we did our show early with Film Doc, so it was
yeah. That was fun. Yes,
and I just want to say again, Meg, you are wonderful. This was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Such a pleasure. Such a pleasure. It was fun.
Thanks.
Ryan, I guess I'll go. So if you like this kind of content, you're down with the Snyder Con and the Snyderverse and the Justice Con and the fandom stuff, I talk about all that stuff on my channel. Plus, I do movie reviews and television reviews, reviewing The Boys season 2 right now, and we're reviewing some of the animated DC, I guess the new DC animated series like Man of Tomorrow and Deathstroke. So yeah, check out my channel, Zeverfett, or follow me on Twitter, and you can watch on Periscope. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, Anthony.
Fire. If you're looking for some fire, then just on all forms of social media, you can find me at 2279ACS. You can go to my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search for the ACS Universe. There you will find the fire. And thank you guys for watching. Meg, shouts out, homegirl. Thanks for coming on with us.
No problem.
And last but certainly not least, Meg, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at @yeah_girl_Meg. You can find me as Wonder Meg literally everywhere else. Instagram, Vero, YouTube is just Wonder Meg. I do a podcast with the Nerd Queens and a bunch of other badass women called Snyder's Amazons. And Nerd Queens and I started another podcast called League of Mayhem. That's every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. EST.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on here. You guys, thank you so much. Everyone in the chat, thank you so much for being here. Sickness, Joker, Ifie, Jessica Blake, Katsuka, Kubi Malik, Rasha, Jesse Allen, Anthony Draven. Who else did I miss? I don't know. Master Blaster, Amanda, Andrew, all you guys are amazing. Bat Dan, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you next time.